second objective is for you to identify some of the scientists who studied about force and motion. Third is for you to state Newton's first law of motion. We will discuss about the scientists who studied motion. So I'm gonna tell you there are a lot of scientists who studied about motion, but for now we would just be focusing on three. Okay, only three scientists. First would be Aristotle. Second, Galileo. Third is Newton. For number one, I will tell you a story. So long ago, it's a long time ago, there's no internet. People are very, very curious. Why? Because before there's no internet and people would always see the surroundings, observe things, observe the world. One person's favorite hobby is to observe the world. His name is Aristotle. He is from Greece. So before, he lived way back 384 BC. It's a long time ago, told you. Now you know that Aristotle is already dead. Okay? You would be asking me, Mom Rhoda, is Aristotle alive? No, he's already dead. So Aristotle, he is very, very observant. He said before, his theory about force and motion is different compared to what we already know now. Why? Because before, there's no science. People would only be asking questions, asking what, why did it happen? So before, the question was, who was right? Aristotle said about force and motion is if you throw, like, let it fall. Yeah. If you throw two objects, the heavier one will fall faster than the lighter one. So for example, I'll be giving you the example of Aristotle, okay? So look at this. This is very light. And the mouse, it's heavier than this. So Aristotle's idea is, okay, first, which is heavy? This hair clip or this one? The idea of Aristotle is, if two objects fall at the same time, the heavier object will fall first. It will fall to the ground first, then the lighter object. Okay? So this lighter object will come late because it would be floating like this. That's the idea of Aristotle. So example, if I have one rock here and one feather here on my other hand. Feather, you know what a feather is? When you get it, sometimes you get it from a chicken. Yeah. So I have a feather and I have a rock. So if I throw this at the same time, the rock would fall first to the ground, then the feather. That is the idea of Aristotle. But Galileo who lived in 1525 AD, Galileo said, "No, that's wrong. Aristotle is wrong." Why? Because whatever the mass of the two objects, whatever the mass is, they will fall at the same time equally. They will just fall on the ground. They will reach the ground at the same time, not like the idea of Aristotle. So what happened is, Galileo, who is very popular for his thought experiments, did an experiment. So can you see in this picture on the left part, that's the idea of Aristotle, who said that the heavier objects will fall faster than the lighter object. But Galileo's idea is, the result of experiment was, whatever, we don't care if it's heavy or light, it will fall equally at the same time on the ground. Now, because of science, we can already prove that who's right. We can already prove who's right. We can always say that Galileo is right because he did an experiment. Galileo became the basis. Galileo became the basis of Newton's. So as I told you, people before have no idea about gravity. But Galileo proved that there's gravity. So his studies, Galileo's studies and experiments was studied by Newton. Building this is called the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You can Google this. The name is Leaning Tower of Pisa. Okay? So when you look at this, so science said that the lighter and heavier objects will land at the same time because of gravity. So Galileo was successful in providing an experimental and theoretical background. That's theoretical background in describing motion. He is very famous for his thought experiments. But Newton answered why objects move and why they accelerate. It was Newton. So I said before, like Newton maybe was reading about Galileo's experiments, and that inspired him to do an experiment to prove gravity. So what did he do? So before his age was only 23 years old, imagine. Newton was only 22 when he has finished studying about gravity. Now we know that gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. Newton was able to formulate the answer to the three simple statements that we now know as the three laws of motion. Now, do you know the three laws of motion? Who made the three laws of motion? Yes, it's Newton. So wow, he's really good. Imagine he's just 23 when he discovered gravity. Wow. But now young people these days are very lazy. But imagine Newton. He's really my idol. Also, it's Newton who gave the relationship between the forces acting on a body and its motion. Now, Newton's first law of motion is, again, that's the law of motion. First law of motion. It says if an object is at rest, it will stay at rest, or a moving object will continue moving in a straight line unless there's an external force that will act on it. You need to please memorize this all. Again, if an object is at rest, it will stay at rest. Or second, if an object is in motion, it will continue moving in a straight line unless it will be disturbed by an external force. So for you to more deeply understand Newton's first law of motion, I want you to watch this video, okay?
Yeah!
Ah. Huh? Hmm. Hmm.
Ah!
Hmm.
Ah!
Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh.
Now I want you to use your board or a paper if you don't have a board. Then you will fill in the missing words, okay? Thank you for listening. Very good, children. So now it's time to answer your module. Okay? And thank you again. God bless you all and please stay safe and stay healthy. See you again tomorrow.